Our parents now are very engaged in their child's schooling, but this was not always the case. I remember 12 or 13 years ago, we would have a parent-teacher meeting and our parents would not come in. So we looked at addressing this and asking ourselves why this was the case. And we implemented a few changes to try and welcome parents in. And it's important that a school is welcoming. And if you can manage to get the culture of your school changed into a warm and friendly place, well then parents will begin to come. I don't see any differences between families in our school where they have children or young people with special educational needs and those without. I see differences in families, and it is because of their financial situation or their jobs or their socio-economic background or their educational background. Some parents are interested in their children, no matter what. Other parents don't seem to be as interested and seem to think that the school can fix all problems. And I think this is quite the same across all of Europe. It's early intervention. If we involve the parents in conferences or meetings with the special educational needs teachers, or even the mainstream teachers or the principal, or in Ireland, the deputy principal, it addresses problems early. And the earlier you can address a problem, the easier it is to fix. It shows that the student has support. The student sees that they have this complete support structure around them. And students like that. Students like to feel safe. Students like to know that they have adults, the power of one good adult, that they have adults around them to show them the way and that they're looking out for them. And that the school can get an indication about what's happening at home so that they can feed that through to the mainstream teachers, because many of the problems that students are experiencing in school, whether it's special educational needs or otherwise, often has another story, and that's the story from home. And it's important for parents to feed into that. And when the parents are involved in the education of their young person, they can continue that education after the school. So when the student leaves the school in the evening time, that education can be complemented or reinforced at home. In our parent-teacher conferences, we have changed them to parent-teacher-student conferences. Some students come in and they sit with their parents and they have that discussion with their teacher about their progress and how they're getting on. And that is a positive thing. And we have asked our teachers to focus on the positivity. That out of a 5-minute conversation, 3.5 minutes should be about all the fantastic things that student is doing. And you have to find the fantastic things that those students are doing. And then plant in 1 or 2 items where they might improve. So the parent gets up and the student gets up from that meeting proud and excited and committed that maybe they might make that other change to bring them a little step closer. Some of the difficulties in getting parents with special educational needs students into the school is that parents, depending on their background, depending on their own education, they may not have accepted that their son or daughter has a special educational need. And this is one of the most difficult parents to work with. Because if the acceptance isn't there, we're struggling. As a school, we're struggling. Because we have a 3-pronged approach. The school needs to work, the parent needs to work, and the student needs to work. And if one of those three don't work, then we're pulling against each other. So we've often helped educate parents on the special educational need, the ability or disability that they have, and to show them that it's nothing to be ashamed of. And once you get over that hurdle, you will find that you will be getting parents in more freely. I would say start off small. Start off by getting parents in for positive events. Get them in for a celebration. And celebrate anything. Celebrate a mini chess blitz. Celebrate a table tennis competition. Celebrate an indoor soccer competition and have a little prize giving and have some niceties, some tea, some coffee, some scones, some sweets, and get the parents coming in with their students and sharing a positive experience. Invite speakers that will help parents realise that the problems that they are experiencing are the problems that every parent is experiencing. And that the way to solve those problems is by coming in and working as a group or working with the school. One program that we find very, very useful, and we train our parents in it, is the paired reading program. So this is a 6 or 8 week program where parents commit to sitting down and reading with their young person on a nightly basis for 6 or 8 weeks. Just for a short time, not reading for them, but reading with them. And this does a whole lot more than just build their literacy. This develops relationships. It highlights how important reading is. It highlights the education is important. And it shows the young person that my mom or my dad is making time for me. And that has been very, very successful, and we push parents to do this more and more. When we started, we said parents won't come in at 11 o'clock in the morning for a coffee morning. They may not come in at 2 o'clock, but we said we'd try it. We said we'd try it, and once we tried it, they started to come. And the first year maybe only 5 came, and the second year maybe only 12 came. And the last year that we had it, we had a big attendance of maybe 30 or 40 parents. And this is during a school day. And that's a big achievement for us, and it's a big achievement for the parents who have come in during the school day. As I said, we have started in the last number of years inviting students to come into the parent-teacher meetings. And that has been a very, very positive experience overall. Positive for the teachers, positive for the students, and positive for the parents. With particular special education needs students, we may even, in certain cases, we may even schedule weekly review meetings. And those weekly review meetings are aimed at focusing on the positivity. What have you achieved this week? Not what you haven't achieved. What have you achieved? What are the great things? And it's a mini celebration. So you sit down with the special educational needs coordinator, you sit down with the principal, and you discuss what happened this week.